don't care. Lost like a bunch of.
And now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you to 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Toronto Raptors as they play against the Cleveland Cavaliers out at Quicken Loans Arena. And looking at the Cavaliers, they're off to a better start than last season, and that certainly bodes well. Always some changes from season to season, but they're going in the right direction. Shaq, we see some physical play. We know the league's trying to cut down on the hard fouls and some of that stuff. Does that ever make you laugh because you've been in some pretty rough games with some pretty tough customers?
Yes, I played against the likes of Charles Oakley and Rick Mahorn. Charles Oakley was a guy that was undersized, but when he fouled you, you felt it 2 weeks after. And not only did he foul you on one play, he fouled you every play, every time, every series, all the time.
So you would feel that probably days after the game was played, huh?
I'm still feeling it now, Ernie.
Did you have some folks feeling your influence on the game? The guys who said, "Oh man, Shaq really got a hold of me last night."
Yeah, I had to touch up a few people.
Yeah? Anybody in particular?
Can't name, Ernie.
Oh, I know why.
You know the phrase.
Yes, I do know the phrase. And here it is. Let's get it out to Kevin Harlan.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Toronto Raptors come into town for this one. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and courtside, Doris Burke. Still out of the lineup is Kevin Love. They want him healthy. He's not ready yet.
Kevin, he's already been out for a few weeks, and it appears as though he's going to be out for a lot longer than that.
Well, they still have no timetable on his return after this long. You start to wonder, is this something that could keep him out the rest of the season?
Here are the five for the Raptors. Lowry and Ross pairing up in the backcourt. Tyler Hansbrough out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. Now here's DeRozan. Hansbrough with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Hansbrough, that's good. Hansbrough's got his team on the board to start the game for Toronto. On defense, Toronto. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
Kyrie Irving 3 seasons ago was the only rookie in NBA history to shoot as well as he did from the three-pointers, the field, and the free throw line. There's no question about it. He is an elite shooter.
Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. DeRozan's got his first bucket of the night. Now, here is Irving. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington. James, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
And Irving's super skilled, one of the league's best shooters, and he'd make a strong case for being the league's most elusive ball handler as well. Seems to get by his man pretty much at will.
Now here's Ross. Really played well against Milwaukee his last outing.
3 straight makes to start this game. Looking good.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Irving against Lowry. The 10-footer. And again, it's Kyrie Irving. Irving's got his second bucket. And Irving's super quick with the ball in his hands. And when he gets to the basket, a master using spin and English to convert.
And Kevin, you know, the story is that growing up, the hoop in his yard had a big part of the backboard broken off on the right side, so he had to learn that spin in English in order to bank it in.
I like that story.
Necessity is the mother of creation.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Passes to Waiters. Fires the 3. Ross grabs the board. Raptors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Outside Lowry. Hansbrough, a screen on Waiters. Lowry dishes to Hansbrough. Back to Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Here's DeRozan. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. The dish now to DeRozan. Lowry against Irving. Again, Irving missing. So it's Toronto now. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, I was able to talk with David Black for a minute, and he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it? And
thank you, Doris. The Raptors shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Well, pretty good numbers this season at the line for this club, right around 78% as a team. Terrence Ross delivering on his promise as a shooter in year 2. His percentage is up in every category, especially beyond the arc.
Sean Marion, he's checked in for Cleveland. The Raptors also with a sub. Amir Johnson's checked in for Hansbrough. He's perfect from the line this time.
And Ross, boy, he's got a smooth stroke, seems to always be on balance, good feet and fundamentals. And with that 6'7" frame, he's able to shoot and make tough shots over taller defenders. I think he's a legit floor spacer.
Thompson, an easy 2 points on the layup.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and then let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
DeRozan's shot is good. And Terrence Ross, not just a shooter, he's a dynamite athlete. Steve, a devastating finisher in transition.
Yeah, still developing his handle, Kevin, in terms of attacking the basket on his own. But if he can develop that, the sky's the limit for him.
Here's Waiters following the score by Demar DeRozan. Irving attacking, uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 6 points.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Lowry. Here's Valanciunas. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
LeBron kicks to Thompson. He dishes it to Marion. Cleveland moving it around. LeBron outside. He feeds it to Thompson. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Well, last season, Tristan Thompson made the decision to change his shooting hand, Clark. He went from shooting with his left to now shooting with his right hand.
Yeah, I've not heard of anything quite like that before, but he improved his free throw shooting substantially as a result of the change, and he gets to the line fairly often, so I think that's a nice development. I love that young man's work ethic and what he brings to a team in terms of rebounding and physicality.
I think LeBron's going to like playing with him.
I agree.
Johnson the screen. Vasquez kicks to Johnson. And the pass to Vasquez. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Vasquez has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to Washington.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher mentally and physically if you're going to win on the road.
The Cavaliers have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
Well, to this point of the season, guys, they're knocking down about 76% of their free throws.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
That one misses.
Cleveland didn't quite meet their expectations last year, in part by how poor they shot at home. Hard to get wins when everything you put up seems to rim out.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Patterson, that's good.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Here's DeRozan. Marion, a screen on Williams, off the screen. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Boy, the pick, and with that weak screen, I use that term loosely, he had nothing to spring him open. It was ineffective.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's the Raptors. They lead by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
Let's do it.
Coming up Monday, November 24th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets. Make sure to catch it.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
And this team has done a nice job on the glass. I think that's how they've built this lead. They've been very physical, really established a presence in the paint.
Well, they've chased down those balls. As soon as they've hit the iron, they've been chasing them down. That's been a solid effort by them.
Now here's Vasquez, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Jones is out there with Marion. Then it's Miller. Then there's Anderson Varejao. And it's Dellavedova in at the point guard position.
DeMar DeRozan is starting to piece it together. I mean, we see him up in his scoring average. He's shooting it better. He's passing the ball with more confidence. He's becoming more efficient. You know, after a big extension from the Raptors, I think they've got to be pleased with his progress.
Now here's Vasquez. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Now the feed to DeRozan. Fades away. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. And here are the Cavaliers. And guys, when you look at DeRozan, where can he take the next step?
Well, he has the physical tools to be an elite perimeter defender. He's made strides, definitely, but you know, he has the potential, I think, to be even better than what he is right now. It looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
Williams passes to Vasquez. There's a screen by Hansbrough. The wide open look here for DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Well, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Now here's DeRozan. Another key contributor in that nice win against Milwaukee.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
DeMar DeRozan, a first-time All-Star last year. He improved his long-range shooting. On wing threes, up around 40%, and that allowed him to shoot the best overall three-point percentage of his career.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. James checked in for Marion. Dion Waiters comes in for Miller, and it's Kyrie Irving in for Matthew Dellavedova. Now here's Jones. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Waiters dishes to Irving. That's good on the jump shot.
And DeRozan last season cracking 30% from long range for the first time in his young, promising career. That outside shot has been the missing part of his offensive game because we know he can get to the rack.
Here is Lowry following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Vasquez kicks to Ross. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
You talk about DeRozan attacking inside, Steve, last season among the top 5 in free throws made.
Yeah, 6'7", he's strong, he's athletic, he has the ability to finish in the lane, and I just like the way he's improved as a passer as well, getting his teammates involved.
Raptors leading by 7. Outside Lowry, kicks it to Ross. Pass to Vasquez. Shoots from the right block, and it's good. 6 points now for Terrence Ross. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, DeMar DeRozan, a first-time All-Star in 2014. He's learned from veterans like Kobe the value of watching film. He said, quote, "I'm reading situations better, understanding what I have to do, not just for myself, but the next person on the team. I'm more confident in every decision I make on both ends." Guys, the difference is clearly evident.
Yes, scoring more efficiently and improving as a passer, Doris. Thanks. So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Well, Kevin Durant last season's MVP, but LeBron James has won 4 in the last 6 seasons. He's one of only 5 players to ever win that many, and you can bet he'd love to win a few more.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in, and Toronto also making a switch. Johnson's checked in. Outside Lowry. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Vasquez. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Vasquez has got the lead up to 9 now for the Raptors. And you remember LeBron James came within 1 vote, Clark, 1 vote of being the league's first ever unanimous MVP back in 2013.
Yeah, he got 120 out of 121 votes. And you know the question was, who did not vote for him? That's a conversation for another time. One sports writer did choose Carmelo Anthony. He said he didn't expect to be the only one. Now he lives in
the writer.
That's exactly it.
John Lucas is checked in for Anderson Varejao. 1:57 left to play in the first half. Lowry passes to Ross. To the inside. Valanciunas dishes to Ross. Pass to Vasquez. Shot clock at 6. Outside Lowry. Lets it go from deep. And again, Toronto with the triple.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
The Cavaliers trail by 12. The drive by James, rejected by Johnson. Lowry against Irving. Lowry kicks to Johnson. Ross with a wide open look. No good. And Cleveland the other way now. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, a very familiar opponent. They've played these guys an awful lot over the years, and this is the first of their 4 get-togethers this season.
And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
Yeah, and as many times as you see it, Clark, you never like to see a player have to come out of the game with an injury.
Especially when it's your own teammate. But the other guys just have to step up in the meantime to make up for his absence. Next guy up is what we say.
Demar DeRozan. He's checked in for the Raptors. A lot of familiarity with these two teams. Steve just kind of touched on. Clark, do you think it really does impact the rest of their matchups later in the season?
Absolutely, Kevin. It sure does. I mean, because for the winners today, they now know what game plan brought them success. So they've got a blueprint for the next meeting. For the losers, it's back to the drawing board for adjustments.
And so here's Toronto. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Lowry kicks to Vasquez. Lowry a screen on Waiters. There's the screen. Vasquez, that's good. Vasquez has got 7.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Lucas kicks to Waiters. Dishes to Thompson. A fadeaway, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Toronto leading by 7. Outside Lowry. Out to DeRozan. Back to Lowry.
Yeah, the defender draped all over.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
The Raptors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Here's Lucas. And so we wrap up the first half. Raptors lead by 8. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but how would you say this team is shaping up in terms of its chemistry and personnel-wise?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Coach, thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half. And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Good game for Irving. He's got 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
Raptors leading by 8.
A new front office starting last season for the Toronto Raptors, and it seemed the roster of the team was going to be subject to some changes as well as the team shed some of the big money players who hadn't been able to lead the squad to many wins in the past. And now they're looking to a promising future.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Lowry and Williams, the guards. DeRozan out there with Tyler Hansbrough, and it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Waiters, following the score by Demar DeRozan. LeBron passes to Waiters. Just 5 on the clock. Irving kicks to James. No good on the 3.
And from the jump, the Raptors said they didn't want to be stuck in no man's land. That is too good to draft top-tier players, but not good enough to truly contend. They're trying to be forward-thinking and save their big contracts for real difference makers.
And it's time for an injury report.
Kevin, I was able to catch up with the Raptors head athletic trainer. It's bad news, I'm afraid. He's saying that it looks like a broken ankle, which can truly be a devastating injury. That is going to make things very hard on them in what is still a very young season. Hopefully, as early as it is, he has time to recover and help this team down the road. Guys?
Doris, thanks for the update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't. And unfortunately, you can't afford to dwell on it. I mean, you got to come up with another plan, and move forward.
And that's not easy to do, guys, because it's very emotional for everybody on the team to see him go down. But you're right, Clark. I mean, they've got to figure it out and move on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, head coach Dwayne Casey has overseen a surprising turnaround in Toronto. Their record has improved in all 3 seasons under his tenure. Demar DeRozan said, "Since I've been here, he preaches the same thing. He told us to stick with it, and it worked. Everything came together like he said it would." Gentlemen,
Pound the rock. The team motto. They put in the work and stayed consistent. Thanks, Doris. Now here is Verjao following the miss by DeRozan. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
Jonas Valanciunas bulked up going into last season and tore up the NBA Summer League. Big things expected, but he sort of plateaued a bit in year 2, but I still think the future's bright for him.
And for Valanciunas last season, a drop in field goal and free throw percentage. But while his rebounding improved, he's still learning NBA defense, struggling at times against pick and rolls in various matchups.
Valanciunas wears his heart on his sleeve. You can see how much he wants to be great.
Yeah, he's hungry. He plays with a hunger that you love to see. I mean, oftentimes he can get down on himself. It's tough to be patient, but he's only 22. I think we've got to give him a little more time. I think he's going to be really good, Kevin, in the years ahead.
And so timeout here by David Blatt.
Lou Williams now about 2 years removed from his ACL tear, and a lot of times you can play a year but really not feel 100% until the following season. So hopefully he gets back to the level we saw him in Philadelphia.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
James kicks to Irving. Verjao setting the pick for Irving. Clock at 6. Feeds to Waiters. Back to Irving. There's the 3. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
And you talk about Williams in Philadelphia. The Sixers really featured him in their offense with great quickness coming off screens. Boy, he was a terrific scoring sub off the bench.
Now here's Vasquez. From about 16, and DeRozan at the basket on the assist by Vasquez. That's 12 points for DeMar DeRozan. The Cavaliers trail by 14. And for Williams, so much of his game built around his quickness. Getting healthy could make Clark, I think, a huge difference.
And that's certainly the hope, Kevin. Traded away by his home team, the Atlanta Hawks. No doubt motivated to prove he can still contribute at a high level. You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
Down low. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter. Cavaliers have gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Irving kicks to LeBron. The runner uses the glass that time, and it's good. James has got 8 points.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
And the Raptors call time here.
For the first time in a long time, it seems that the Raptors have a clear vision of where they are headed and are on the right track, and it helps when you know where you're going. You can definitely feel the sense of hopefulness and optimism around this team and among the fans.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Sean Marion is checked in for Tristan Thompson. Miller comes in for Anderson Verjao. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Dion Waiters. And Lucas subbed in for Kyrie Irving. On the wing, Williams. Johnson in the corner. It's DeRozan with the drive. Vasquez can't get it to go. Well, if you were to say the Raptors weren't good before last year, that's not the case at all. They just seem to be stuck where they were.
Yeah, and often in the NBA, it's a lot worse to be stuck in a place than it is to be bad. You don't have a chance to bounce forward if you're stuck. When you're bad, you do get a chance to improve through the draft. And last year, the Raptors improved, and they've got a bright future.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He thinks there are opportunities for second-chance points out there and implored them to go hard to the offensive glass for the remainder of this game. He also communicated to his players that he wants to see them consistently feeding the ball into the low post to get their bigs some easy looks. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. 6 to shoot. Williams dishes to Vasquez. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. The Cavaliers trail by 15. Lucas the pass to Marion. He kicks it to James. Passes it to Dellavedova. Here's Miller, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the Raptors. The Cavaliers shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
Shooting 1.
26 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Patterson a screen on Lucas. Lowry kicks to Patterson. The dish to DeRozan. Patterson setting the pick for DeRozan. Patterson passes to DeRozan. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Patterson. Good work defensively by Marion. Puts up a prayer. No luck. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
Tune in next Wednesday, November 26th. Paul George and the Indiana Pacers go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. Be there.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Really excellent feed here, and I know we're used to seeing this guy score, but he is no slouch in creating passes and opportunities for his teammates, and he showcases that skill right here on that replay.
The Cavaliers trail by 12. Irving and Waiters, the guards. Tristan Thompson is out there with Marion, and it's Miller in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
Sean Marion, with 15 years in the NBA, a very good 15 years, basically talked about retiring even though he was still playing well at the conclusion of last season. Although I guess he did have a change of heart.
And Marion, a 4-time All-Star, one of the most athletic and versatile players in league history. Still an excellent role player, even after all these years.
Well, free throw drop for Sean Marion. And Marion has made a good chunk of change over his career. A lot of money. He said he wanted to walk away while he could still walk.
Yeah, well, he can't walk, and his game certainly could still walk and talk. An excellent defender, an energy player, a stat sheet stuffer. I'm quite pleased that he hasn't decided to hang him up yet. The Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. The coach and front office questioning the team's effort level.
Now here's DeRozan, and it's good from the elbow. And the Raptors lead by 12.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Thompson, a screen on Lowry. Irving drives in. Waiters gets a wide open look. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Well, the Cavs did make some big changes from last season, and they shouldn't have a problem staying motivated, putting in the effort this year.
Well, you know, Kevin, last year they were a very young group and didn't have the vet presence they might have needed. With LeBron coming in, they've got brilliance in every category, leadership and play. He's got the clout of his championship rings. The whole mindset of the team is about to go to a very different and high level.
Irving up top, and it's slammed in by Farisham. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each Opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points. Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
Out to Marion. Shoots from the corner. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 7 rebounds in the game. DeRozan against Irving. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Irving attacking. That's good.
Yeah, he's been the key cog in their offense with the way he shot the ball.
His percentage today beyond impressive. Certainly not his fault the score is what it is.
Toronto calls timeout.
Making the playoffs was a goal the Raptors have been working towards for a long time. And last year they were able to get back to the postseason for the first time since 2008.
The Raptors making a switch here. Williams has checked in. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. He dishes it to Lowry. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
He feeds it to Thompson. Raiders on the wing from downtown. Rebound by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Lou Williams at 6'1", about 175 pounds, a scoring guard in a point guard's body. He's best playing off the ball offensively, but guarding the point guard defensively, so you often see him cross-matched with opponents.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Blatt as he addressed his team. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we've put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Now here's Waiters, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And you mentioned Lou Williams, a scoring guard, but his scoring rate, Clark, down over the last couple seasons.
And, you know, his turnover rate had typically been excellent, but that's increased by almost double as his scoring numbers have gone down. But some of that is due to him coming off of that knee injury. It usually takes a couple of seasons, Kevin. When you tear that ACL, you get back after 1, but it's not until year 2 that you begin to regain your old form.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And they're going to have to continue that pace, Clark, because they're down, and anytime you're losing, you got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you have.
Rebounded by Valanciunas.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list. I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
Here's Irving after the Raptors pick up 2. There's the pass to Marion. Irving dishes to Marion. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 6. From deep. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Toronto leading by 13. DeRozan with it. And it's Marion picking him up. Outside DeRozan. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Lowry. Right through the D for the layup. Lowry's got 4 points in the quarter.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we'll see.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. Williams kicks to Lowry. Back to Williams. Hansbrough setting the pick for Williams. In the corner, it's Valanciunas. And there's the feed to Lowry. Right side Lowry. And another basket for Toronto.
Well, tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance an impressive win for the Raptors.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
In what should be an exciting 4-game season series between these two teams, they have to feel great about taking this first one tonight against the Cavs.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Hansbrough, a screen on Irving. And it's Lowry penetrating. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Cavaliers have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Irving passes to Thompson. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
There's 38 seconds left in the fourth. Lowry up top, covered by Irving. Lowry dishes to Hansbrough. Stolen by Thompson.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Lowry with the ball. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kyle, congratulations on this win. Tell us what the team's objective was tonight that most helped in getting this victory.
Everybody played. We all played together. We stayed, aggressive and stayed the course of the game.
Cohesiveness and aggressiveness, a pretty good combination. Thanks for the time, Kyle. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying, see you next time, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan.